So today is Saturday, and we're here in Sulphur, Louisiana. We're gonna pick up this house and take it up to a farm in Nebraska. We're gonna get up the road, run on my clock today. I've got like 8 hours, 10 hours left on my clock, so we'll get up somewhere in northern Texas, maybe into Oklahoma. We'll see how it goes. Do our 34-hour reset because we need showers. We're running out of clothes. We need to do laundry. And Barnaby's getting a little pissy because he's been cooped up in the truck. One of our drivers had an issue making a turn into a truck stop and blew out an axle. So there's a chance that we might be grabbing one of these axles. At the very least, we're gonna grab a couple of hubs and try to help him out when we get up that way. But yeah, this is the house we're gonna take to Nebraska. So I'm gonna put this down. Barnaby's hooked up over here, loving life. He's outside today. What's up, Barnaby? What's up, big guy? Where you going? At least he's outside today. He was a little pissy this morning because he didn't get his walk last night. Got in at like 10 o'clock, so we couldn't move the truck. It was like 10:30, so we couldn't move till 8:30 this morning. We ended up not moving till 9, so we're getting a late start. But I'm gonna set this camera down and start helping Dana hook this house up. She's gotta do tires, I gotta put the lights up, and then we're gonna go through and find all the good tires that we can that are left here, swap them out with some of our bad tires that we used on the last one of these houses, and then get on the road. So, wish us luck. We got the house hooked up. It took 3 hours to get everything ready for the road. And part of that was, you know, we went around and collected some extra bearings for the hubs. We collected extra hubs. Collected a bunch of tires that were laying around that some had dry rot, so they were leaving them behind anyhow. But even with a little bit of dry rot, if we end up needing them, they'll get us a few miles in an emergency. Yeah. I don't know, it was a really rough day. They'll get started. It's like 1 o'clock already. We got there at like 9. We just got out the road, so that gives you an idea how things are going. So yeah, I mean, you can see I already changed my clothes. They're soaking wet. It's laundry day. We're about to go do a reset up at a truck stop and get a bunch of laundry done. So, but we're gonna try to get up towards Fairfield, Texas today, so we can shut down at a brand new TA truck stop. It's got plenty of good parking, beautiful showers, great laundry, and we're gonna take a little break because we are booked. We got like a 6-hour drive to get there, and it's 1 o'clock, and we're probably gonna have a bunch of flats on the way, so we'll see how that goes. that started flying off going down the road, and I guess one piece did actually come off, and the cars behind me had to dodge it, but I'm gonna grab my ladder out. I already got that down on the ground, and I'm gonna climb up, throw some screws in it, and try and get it to hold down for the rest of the trip. Every one of these man camps we've done so far has had this same issue with that front flashing, so I'm not surprised it happened, but Texas to the TA truck stop, and as you can kind of see around me right now, not a lot of trucks here. It is a Saturday night, so a lot of guys are probably at home, lucky they get to go home or whatever. We were able to get these 4 spots at the back of the parking lot. 1 spot, 2 spot, and then up there where you see the dashed orange line, that starts the next 2 spots. So we are literally taking 4 spots. And then we gotta do our 34-hour resets. We're actually not gonna move today, Saturday. We won't move again until Monday morning. Hoping that we can deliver like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, because then we're headed back to Michigan and gonna go home for like maybe 5 days or so. Take a little break from the road. All right, so it's Sunday morning. We're taking our reset, our 34-hour reset. Got to sleep in, had a good night last night. Well, had a scare, I'll tell you about that, but we had a good night. We took showers, got our laundry done, which is amazing. But then last night after we got done with dinner, we went for a walk out here. Barnaby loves flowers, so we took him for a walk out here, and you can see all the pretty little flowers here. Purple, yellow, and the reds. And then you got all the big sunflowers up here. After walking Barnaby through some of the plants out here, all of a sudden he started sneezing, coughing. So we got scared. There's a lot of plants the cats are allergic to, or lethal, or toxic to cats. So I ran back to a certain spot that he had a whole bunch of stuff on top of his fur because it was really thick. It was Virginia pepperweed, which is toxic to cats. So we freaked out. We washed Barnaby. Poor guy looked like a ragged little skinny cat because he's completely soaking wet head to toe. But he's doing all right. Slept fine all night. Slept with Dana right in between her legs because he was cold. But one thing I forgot to do last night was I wanted to drop this house, the tongue off of the back of the truck. You can see how it kind of cuts in right there. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be nice and, you know, relatively straight out. And you can see here how it's kind of angling up. Shouldn't be doing that either. And I was like, well, that pipe's not quite strong enough. So then I got to thinking, I got a few of these old leaf springs off the house. So I cut the curly Q end off, and then I cut about 2 inches of metal off. So now inside of that pipe there, inside of this pipe, there is a 2-inch section of 1/2-inch thick steel. What's all that gray stuff down there? Well, that's JB Weld. Yeah, that's right, I use JB Weld. And you know what? It's working. So, for all you naysayers out there, that stuff works miracles. And it's gonna be a miracle if this house makes it all the way up to Nebraska without that hitch having to be welded back together. Because we still have like 1,000 miles to go. And if that hitch makes it all the way up there, I'm gonna be pretty darn impressed. To help it make it up there, I'm gonna drop that hitch down. So I gotta get out a piece of wood. I got a big old block of wood that I can set underneath of that, so I can take the weight off the tongue for the rest of our preset. We got a decent number of good tires. We went through 2 yesterday. That's these 2 right here. These 2 are flat. We still got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 15 potentially good tires. Whether or not they'll actually make it, we'll see. Have to block it with a little bit more wood than I thought. Yeah, I didn't think of one thing. The release lever for this lock is inside underneath all that. And I had thought of that at first, you know, like when I was putting it together. I was like, well, we'll have to take all this apart to get the house off. But I didn't think about that last night when I was like, I need to take the house off the back of the truck so it's not sitting there resting on that janky fix I did. Put these blocks of wood under there. And we'll still be able to get, you know, the weight off the tongue. It just won't be disconnected from the house. That looks good enough for government work, I guess. Well, let's see how this does, because I'm going to drop the weight off the hitch here and onto those blocks of wood. Look at that. Look at that. The trick to this, though, is I got to remember when I go to put fuel on tomorrow morning that I have all that semi unhooked, because, yeah, that'd just be the icing on the cake, right? Stuff back away kinda, and yeah, thought I'd show you guys a little bit about my morning here today. Really, I just wanted to show off my handiwork with JB Weld. Hey JB Weld, if you're listening out there, I could go for a sponsorship. That'd be cool. You could send me a bunch of free packs of JB Weld. I use enough of it, I should probably own stock in it. Kinda kidding, but not really.